Hello, you're watching Butterball. This is a podcast of three family members. We're talking ball and we're having a ball. Hi, my name's Scott.
Hi, y'all. I'm Nicole. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Butterball Podcast, posting clips and other great things on there. So follow us on Instagram at Butterball Podcast.
And my name's Drew, and you can listen to us on Spotify. Just search Butterball, or watch us on YouTube at Butterball Podcast.
All right, well, let's pick up where we left off last week.
Look at us all rocking our hats, though.
Yeah, very nice.
Full squad of hats today.
So yours is for the College World Series, right?
Yeah, I got to support my team, even though you said this is your least favorite OU logo.
It is, but, pick the one you want to wear,
Well, it's just a cool looking hat.
Yeah, and Drew's got his new baseball team.
Yep, the only team is winning right now. Yeah.
And then Dad's got on his Butterball Podcast hat.
There you go. There he is. There's our guy. All right.
It's an exclusive. You have to know someone to get one. So.
You do. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, last week we were talking about how great this Stanley Cup playoff was. And then the Canes just went and ripped off a bunch of wins and got it done. They lost in double overtime. And we talked about that last week. And then they won the next 3 games and got this series in their hands. So it was really, really fun to watch, though, I thought. So I'll just turn it over to you guys to see did you watch any of the games or what'd you think?
So don't get mad at me, but the last game on Sunday, I was watching the UFC White House card instead.
Oh, yeah.
They scheduled them at the same exact times, and they're about the same length. So unfortunately, I had to make a choice. But I watched every other game of the finals. It was competitive. I'm happy it ended up the way it did. I like our guy, Logan Stankoven, getting a ring. I think we talked about that before.
I guess I'm happy for them. My friends have been rooting for the Canes because of, I don't even know if we want to talk about this, but there was an incident with several guys, and several guys were convicted and banned because they got in trouble for raping a woman.
Canadian kids?
Yeah, and the goalie for Vegas is the only one that didn't get banned or whatever. So all of my girlfriends that work in hockey with me, they were all ride or die Canes, and they were very happy to see the Canes win, which I thought was interesting. But yeah, that's my only tidbit. So I guess I am happy in that regard, that guy didn't win.
There was a lot of great storylines on the Canes side here. You had Jordan Staal. He won the Conn Smythe Trophy as the MVP, and he's 37 years old. So he's the wily veteran. And while they probably expected him to really contribute during the playoffs, he played out of his mind and had a really good playoff. He won 70% of his faceoffs in the playoffs. I mean, he was playing so good. So that was really cool to see.
And he's number 11. I might have to add to my number 11 jersey collection.
There you go.
Now.
Yeah, that's a great point, because he could be done. I mean, is he going to keep playing? I don't know, but man, what a way to cap your career off if you wanted to, anyway. The goaltending, you had one of the best goalies, that was on a tear. Frederik Andersen got hurt, right, in the playoffs. So Brandon Bussey comes in. He's a backup. And this is a guy who was, not drafted. Man, they won their last 3 games with him. And he played great, which was awesome to see. That was pretty cool to see. And then have you guys seen all the stuff on Rod Brindamore, the coach of the Canes?
No.
Are you talking about the Rod the Bod?
Yeah. They call him Rod the Bod. He's like a workout freak. And so when he was a player, when he was a player, he was buff, and I don't think he looks any different now. It's been 20 years since he's played, or whatever, 17 years.
He just looks older, but he looks like he can still play.
Yeah, did you see him when they took his shirt off and he lifted the cup?
That's what I saw, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This dude, he's got himself jacked.
Now.
Yeah, he's jacked. He's jacked, no doubt about it. So you got Rod the Bod, which that was kind of a neat thing. And I read an article about him. Not only was he a hard worker, and people really appreciate that about him, but as a coach, his players are like, man, this guy is, when he's talking to you, he's like totally listening to you. You know, he's a player's coach. He his players love him. They say that uh, Jordan Stahl would be the one that was supposed to be giving a lot of pregame speeches and stuff since he's a captain. But Stahl is like, nah, coach, you got it. Cause they're saying like his before game speeches are always great. You know, he just comes up with, you know, inspiring stuff time after time after time. So he sounds like a pretty fun guy to play for. And then there was an article on ESPN that talked about the jock and the nerd. Had you heard about that at all?
No.
So they have a
No, I didn't
jock
see
and
that.
nerd thing going on in Carolina, and it's, you know, Rod the Bod's the jock, of course, and the nerd is their GM. And so his name is Eric Tulsky, and he is a scientist. He went to Harvard and got a BA in chemistry and physics, and then he got his PhD in chemistry from UC Berkeley.
A BA in chemistry and physics?
Yes.
That's a
And
Bachelor of Arts?
yeah.
Why
Well, it
wouldn't
doesn't
it
sound
be a
what
Bachelor of Science?
yeah, probably Bachelor of Science, whatever. Don't get too technical on me on that.
Well,
His
it does
bachelor's
make a
degree.
difference.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, he has that, and then he got his PhD from UC Berkeley in chemistry, and then he went to work in the tech industry. He has 27 patents on
Cool.
dealing with some kind of light type stuff that you'd see in TVs. So he's like incredibly smart. Well, he's also a fan of sports. He grew up in Philly. And so when he was living in Silicon Valley, he started commenting on a blog that was out there called Broad Street Hockey. And right away, people were like, oh my God, this guy knows what he's talking about. And he was like bringing in stats and data and everything to the scene. And so then he became like a lead blogger for Broad Street Hockey. And then that morphed into a part-time position with Carolina. And then finally they're like, this guy just needs to be our GM. It's the
So
craziest story.
crazy.
Isn't that
I love
crazy?
that. I
It
love
sounds
that
like
so much.
Moneyball.
It is.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Well, and the story was saying that you know, he and Brindamore, they listen to each other, you know, so they're very like, and both incredibly good at what they do, but neither one of them's ego is too big for the other. And so they listen to each other and they've got this, you know, symbiotic relationship going on. And then of course they made all the moves, or Tulsky made all the moves like to trade for Rantanen. And then, you know, a lot of people that if you traded for Rantanen, he only played 13 games for them. That's it. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I wonder what went wrong, why he wanted out of there so bad.
For some reason, it just makes it sound like he just didn't want to play hockey there.
Uh,
And that they had Aho on the team, number 20. He's from Finland, but and so they thought, well, maybe he'd want to stick around because we have another Finn on the team. But he was like, nah, I don't want to play here. And, you know, a lot of teams would freak out on that. And they might be like, well, we traded for him. We're going to keep him. And they were like, no big deal. You know, let's go see what we can do. And everybody's going to get ready for the trades and all that. And that's when they did the trade and got Stankoven and sent him to Dallas. And I mean, so they're not afraid to make moves. And their relationship stuff, it sounds so cool, you know? So, man, if I didn't like the Stars, I'd be like, man, I could have a new favorite team. You know, I like that stuff. That's great teamwork. You know, when guys set aside their egos and pull together and do those things. But I'm sure they're going to be heavy favorites for next year. Wouldn't
oh,
you think?
absolutely.
Well, you
They
have
even
to
were
be.
last year too, if they hadn't lost.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're going to be favorites, but also, like, there's always a bunch of good stories that come out after the team wins. So that's just another bandwagon move on your part, Dad, because
It
you
probably
could
is.
have been realizing this all season. But now that they won, everyone's like, oh, look at how awesome they are. And you're like, yeah, they are awesome.
Well, nobody wrote the story. I wouldn't have known.
Well,
And
maybe.
yeah. Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, and it is good. Yeah, I mean, I think that, but you know, again, when you see like when people are talking about people's character and they're high integrity people and stuff like that, that's good stuff. that's to me, again, what team sports is all about. When you got that, that's why they
Yeah.
win, you know?
You said that guy is always really listening to you when you're talking, but I wasn't really listening to you for a minute while you were talking because do you really wanna wear glasses on this podcast? Because you get, like, a glare.
Do I? Well, I can't see my notes if I don't have them on. So,
Checkmate.
yeah.
What are we gonna do?
Yeah, so I'll really be in trouble.
Maybe they make some anti-glare, reading
Yeah.
glasses that we can get you specifically for filming the podcast.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I was hoping my cap would maybe help that out a little bit or something, but must be must be the backlighting or something, I don't know.
Uh, it's not how it works, but
Yeah. Well,
you're good.
anyway, it was a great NHL season, I think capped off by a fantastic Stanley Cup. Congrats to the Canes. I think they're made a lot of people happy, and also they won probably a lot of new fans. I mean, they were exciting. They were exciting to watch, and they play a very aggressive style of hockey, so that's pretty cool.
Hockey in general won a lot of new fans this year between heated rivalry and off campus, as well as the Olympics, honestly. So, like, I'm
Yeah.
sure NHL viewership was just massive this year, and it probably will be higher than normal next year, I'd imagine as well. Because I feel like a lot of people this year just really realized how like fun and dynamic hockey is.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk about the College World Series. Last week, they were just getting started, and so there's been a lot of action up until this point. So bracket one, you got West Virginia, Troy, North Carolina, Ole Miss. So West Virginia beat Troy in the first game in their matchup. North Carolina beat Ole Miss, and then North Carolina beat West Virginia. So North Carolina is sitting there waiting for everybody else to fight their way through the losers bracket. And then whoever gets to them has to beat them twice then to go to the championship. Ole Miss is already out. Troy knocked them out. And so you got West Virginia and Troy playing, uh, well, they played today. And then whoever wins that plays North Carolina and has to beat North Carolina twice to make it to the championship. So odds on favorite would be North Carolina to make it to the championship on that side. And does that
Should we
surprise
check on
anybody?
that?
Are you guys surprised? Huh?
Should we check on that score real quick?
Well, you can. Yeah. If you can get by your cat,
Well,
you're
no.
not
Who
listening
won
to me.
between West Virginia and
West
Troy?
Virginia and Troy played at one. Who won that
No,
game?
North Carolina won.
Sorry, I'm fighting the cat.
Yeah.
Did North Carolina win?
We know they won.
How's North
They're not
Carolina
playing today.
doing?
You know what also sucks is ESPN and college baseball. They make it so hard.
West Virginia beat Troy 12-0.
Okay.
Wow.
12-0.
Yeah,
Wow.
12-0. And
Okay,
then
so
okay, you're gonna keep going.
yeah, so West Virginia is going to have to now play North Carolina and beat them twice to get to the championship, or North Carolina wins once, they're there. And then on the other bracket,
And don't forget that North Carolina, they won.
yeah.
Yeah, so we'll probably
So
win again.
so in the other bracket, you had Alabama, Oklahoma, Georgia, and Texas. So those are like four powerhouse type schools that you'd normally hear about. OU's the surprise though. They're rolling through there. They're in the bracket, leading, sitting there at 2-0, and so they're waiting now because Texas, they knocked Alabama out last night, crushed them, and so now tonight Georgia and Texas are going to play, and so whoever wins between Georgia and Texas will now come back and play Oklahoma and have to beat them twice to make it to the championship. So
And
Oklahoma's
I'm
sitting in a good
terrified.
spot.
Yeah,
Well,
but
there's
I'm what I'm scared of is an OU Texas matchup because we've seen them play. Texas has beat Oklahoma, and that just makes me a little bit nervous. Also, my allegiances, it always just like I got a lot of people in my ear when OU and Texas play each other, and that just is going to suck if that ends up being the matchup.
Well, maybe Georgia beats them. I mean, those are two tough teams. I think Georgia's probably ranked higher, aren't they? Number 3?
Yeah,
I think they were number 3.
Georgia's 3, Texas is 6.
Yeah, Georgia was pretty distraught last night when OU beat them. That was a really good game. I watched that game last night. A freshman pitcher pitched for OU. He did a really good job, and then they brought in a reliever, and he kept getting in trouble. They'd get like two guys on base, and he'd he kept sneaking out of it, and they ended up winning the game. But yeah, it was a really good game. So College World Series, it's exciting, and they're fighting it out to try to get to that 3-game series at the end. Right now, if you had to bet, I'd say the odds would be on North Carolina and probably OU, although don't count out Georgia Texas winner because they're going to be tough. But I doubt
Mhm.
West Virginia is going to beat UNC twice.
Yeah, the
Uh,
OU matchup with whoever they play will be more interesting, but if OU can just win, then
okay, well, last week we were talking about the Brenden Sorsby saga, and it continued very fast pace. Because I think Nicole, you made the statement that if I were him, I might just go, I don't need to deal with this, and I might move on, right?
yeah, because it's like now everybody is staring at you, breathing down your neck. Like this caught a lot more attention than I think Tech or Brennan were prepared for, which they should have been, because what the hell are you doing? But like I think it caught a lot more attention and flack than they were ready for. So yeah, I did make that comment. I'm glad that you pointed it out because I was thinking exactly that when I saw the news.
Yeah. Oh, well, like you say, I mean, if they didn't think this was gonna bring flack, they're fricking in living in a hole, you know? I mean, come on. This is like the major rule that you can't break. Like you were saying, don't bet on your own team, right?
Did you
So
see well, wait, there was, I wanna know if you've seen these couple of things because they relate to before this announcement that Brennan put out, but, Tech released, like, a 22-minute long video of, like, them sitting and explaining, like, why what they did was okay, which is insane, and, of course, people on Twitter are saying, "If you have to release a 22-minute long video, then explaining why what you did was okay, then it's probably not
not
okay." Like,
okay. Yeah,
yeah, it
exactly.
doesn't take that long to explain yourself,
It
and then
it looked like they were on a podcast.
it did. It definitely looks like a podcast. 22 minutes long. And they also sent out an email to like all the Texas Tech students with like a bunch of different bullet points. Texas Tech operated with integrity every step of the way. Like sent a long email to all their students as well to like, try to save face with them. Like it's just bad. It's just bad. If you're having to put out these things on behalf of your school, your institution and your student body, like oof, this is bad.
Yeah, I think what happened too is when they won their first case in court and got their injunction, I think they were emboldened. And so when the news started coming that the Big 12 was going to meet and
Yeah.
they were going to decide do they take action or not, then Texas Tech came out and tried to like intimidate the Big 12. They
As
were saying,
stupid.
"Hey, if you do anything, we're going to sue you guys and we're going to sue you for antitrust." I think that was the wrong move.
Antitrust.
Yeah, and I think the Big
Like, it
12
makes
said,
no sense.
yeah, Big 12 kind of said, nah, we're not going to fold on that. The Big 12 filed a 47-page complaint
Yep.
in court against them. So they got it together and, they had the whole conference behind them. There wasn't one other member of the
No.
conference
That's what
yeah,
I'm
that was going to,
saying. Like,
yeah.
I don't wanna, like, talk a bunch of mess on Texas Tech fans, but, like, obviously, the boosters in the city of Lubbock is a little echo chamber, and they thought that they could really, like, get away with this and that this would actually work is insane to me. It's absolutely insane.
Do you know that the Texas Attorney General originally sent a letter to the Big 12 saying, you should not try to exercise your authority, in this case, because it will result in a lawsuit. So when the Big 12 filed their lawsuit, they filed it against Texas Tech, against the Texas Attorney General, against Texas Tech's president, AD, other people. I mean, they called them all out. They were like, yeah, we're not going to fold under this type of intimidation
Texas
pressure.
Tech's got some good
Yeah.
connections if they can get the attorney general on board too, but again, like and I love the state of Texas. I'm not even a born Texan, but I am a raised Texan, I guess, halfway. And like, I love the state of Texas and I love the pride, but like, you gotta realize as well that like, this is a large country with a lot of other people. And like, it's not really the echo chamber that you think it is at times. Like, there's no way that you would get away with this.
I was kind of surprised he was doing that too. Like, there's not 3 other teams in Texas in the Big 12 that were on
Right.
board against it.
That's what I'm saying. They got some good connections. If you're able to do that, like that's kind of crazy.
I found it interesting too, as I was just like trying to get some of the latest news as the news was breaking. Kirk Herbstreit, he basically echoed what we talked about last week. He was like, I just want to know, like, what's the governing body of college football
Yeah.
anymore? Who is it? You know, because I mean, it's supposed to be the NCAA, but if the NCAA can't enforce their own rules because they get taken to court and they're going to fold, then who's running the show? You know,
Right.
and
Mhm.
that is the big question out there. It's like, it kind of seems like nobody's really in control of what's going
Nobody.
on. It's just
Nobody
wild.
is.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, and we kinda knew it, like, I don't wanna say in the back of our heads, because we knew it when, like, NIL was happening, but the thing is NIL makes sense, and, like, everybody wanted athletes to get paid anyway, and everybody, like, can unanimously agree that, like, athletes should get paid. So, like, everybody was fine with that, even though there were some, like, red flags in the background saying, like, the NCAA truly doesn't even matter, and then now this has just made it, like, way more blatant of, like, what the hell is going on? Like,
Did you see what Texas Tech's coach said?
he said something again because I think I don't even, like,
Oh,
I I can't. No, I did not see it.
okay. I got it in quotes here for you. It's crazy because it's not murder. It's not beating somebody. So there's a lot of things that we're working through. You know, he was trying to say, you know, oh, it's just amazing how gambling is just a big issue, and you know, in sports or whatever. I mean, it's not murder. It's not
He's
beating somebody.
then you're clueless. Like,
Oh
again, the
my
echo
god.
chamber that is Lubbock, Texas right now. Wake up, bro. It is not about the gambling even. Like, oh my goodness. Like, wake up.
I'm all for, you know, trying to support your kids and stuff, but when they break the major rule of eligibility, which isn't this like the major rule?
Yes, and also
It's either
like
that
Uh,
or you've
we
used all your
know,
eligibility up and trying to play under a different name like Chad Powers or something, right?
and like everybody still makes comments as well about like should you be able to beat your wife and then still get paid to play football? Like people make comments like that as well. So like that his comment doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, not a good look for Tech. I think that, like you said, as it became this huge, I mean, it was a firestorm, then it turned into a, I don't even, what's after a firestorm? What do you call it?
Um I don't know what
Scorched
you
earth.
call it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
It's really
scorching.
bad.
Yeah.
I can't get over the fact that like did they really think it was gonna work? Like, I'm very pleased that it's not working. Like, because for a second there, I was like, "This has gone farther than I even thought it would go." But, like, did they really think that that was going to
Well,
work?
can you imagine even trying to, like, for him to even try to play after all of this every single week? There would be
Oh
zero
my
questions about the
goodness.
game.
Every
There would
sign
be,
at college game day would be
yeah,
oh my god. It would
yeah.
be
I mean,
horrible.
it would be. It'd be
It's
the
already gonna
worst
be.
thing.
They're
Yeah.
they're gonna deal with it anyway. Every sign at college game if game day
Well,
visits
it'll just be
Lubbock
kind of funny now because it doesn't
or
affect any of
Lubbock
the,
posted one,
but it doesn't
but they're
affect any
gonna
of the players
continue.
directly. I
So
mean, if you
everyone's gonna
had him
run with it.
there, the impact on the team and the game and everything, it would have just been incredibly negative.
It's
You
gonna
know,
affect them anyway. That was my point. Like you've kind of like accidentally put in your effort to save your season, you've now made it a whole lot worse because the amount of like comments and backlash that you're going to get all season is going to be horrendous. Every time you play, every time you lose, whoever the quarterback is for you,
yeah,
everyone's just going to be talking about Brenden every week. Like they don't realize like how much it's going to hurt this year.
yeah, yeah.
We get
It
some
will. It's,
great memes.
It's
oh
gonna
yeah,
be a lot of great memes. It's
yeah.
gonna
No
be a
doubt.
recurring topic every single week.
Yeah. So he's going to go into the supplemental draft. Do you guys know how that works in the NFL? The supplemental draft.
To be honest, no.
Okay.
I honestly don't know either.
So it's interesting because what they do is there's kind of a lottery aspect to it based on how you finished, you know, 1 through 32 overall. You know, you get a kind of a chance there. And so you got that. You also bid. You say, okay, well, we would say that he's a second round pick or a third round pick. So we will give up our third round pick for him. Right. So the teams kind of bid on it that way. And then whoever wins, wins, I guess, between the lottery and the bid system. And so then if they do pick him up, say a team wins him and they said we think he's a second round pick, then in the upcoming draft, then they forfeit their second round pick because they got him. So and then they slot in the money based on the last draft and say now you're a member of the team. So I guess there's a method to it, you know. And it'll be
That's how
interesting.
random teams end up with like first round picks or like not, you know what I mean, right? Because remember when I asked that before?
What do you mean?
It's
I
mostly
was
through
like,
trades.
how did they end up with a pick this early or something? And you were like, oh, they probably traded for it or whatever. But
Yeah.
it could also be the supplemental draft.
Yeah, they don't. The supplemental draft isn't common. The last time a player got drafted in the supplemental draft was like 2019. So they don't do it
So do
very
you
often.
think Brennan will get drafted?
Yeah, he will. I mean, somebody's going to want him. Well, okay, let's take a look at some of the
Somebody's
suspects.
gonna want him?
We talked about this last week.
The
Cardinals
last
kind of looking. Cardinals
I
kind
was
of
gonna
looking for a
say,
quarterback.
I think he might be an Arizona
Are
Cardinal.
you kidding me? But like, what? Wait a minute. Are we serious right now? Because you said you wouldn't play Carson Beck, but you would play this guy.
A lot of people think that this guy's better than Beck.
He was supposed to be a first round draft pick next year.
Yeah. So
also, do you really
the
want
Cardinals,
someone
the
who
Jets,
you're gonna have to keep tabs on all the time to make sure that he's not gambling on your team or any other sport?
Yeah, I suppose. Jets are going to be. They need a quarterback. They got Geno Smith. They're looking for their number 2, 3, and 4. We were talking about the Dolphins. They got the 2 guys that get hurt. Or no, they don't have the 2 guys. They only got Malik Willis. The Dolphins.
Yeah,
Atlanta's got the 2 guys that get hurt.
Yeah.
They got Penix and Tua, right?
Mhm.
Steelers.
I mean,
Steelers got
I
think
know
about
we
Steelers.
talked about this.
Steelers. They got Matt Rodgers.
They have my goat Mason Rudolph backing him up. They'll be fine.
They do, but they've had him for a long time. Do you think they think he's their future? I don't think they do.
They also got what's his name, Will Howard.
Yeah, they do.
Why would you?
You're right.
But like, and I get what you're saying. Like, there's a lot of quarterback issues in the NFL right now. But like, to your points from last week, why is Brenden Sorsby the answer here? Like,
arm talent, size,
anybody that comes out of that comes out of college
all the
football,
reasons Texas Tech wanted him.
No, but like anybody that comes out of college football usually sits for at least a season or 2.
Not all of them, but yes, I hear what you're saying. But when they see a guy with size and arm strength and whatever else they've seen on tape,
they're
like,
want to try it.
This guy's a pro. You know, he's going to be a pro. He's going to be a good pro, you know? And
like, it's just paining me to watch because like it's just paining me to watch because like, and I'm not even trying to be funny here. Like, for someone that's clearly mentally unstable, and like, I don't know how else to word that. For someone that has struggled with these things for many years at a large scale, if he does become an NFL quarterback, again, like what we were saying, the backlash, the signage, the like trash talking, like the chirp, like all of it is going to be the internet backlash. Like, he's just going to have such a hard time. So he better have a very strong camp around him, and whatever team picks him up better be freaking prepared for that too.
It's going to be easier for him in the NFL than it would be in college.
And that's fine, but like,
he wouldn't be the first NFL quarterback to go to rehab. I think
exactly.
Yeah.
And the fact that you wouldn't be talking about college football playoffs every week and how they're paying him $4 million at Tech and, you know, that stuff, it's just going to go away. And he's just going to be another guy on an NFL roster trying to make it and with an issue. And let's face it, the NFL has plenty of guys with issues. You know? He's not alone. Yeah.
All right. Well, as long as the Chiefs don't pick him up, but if they do, I will embrace him with open arms.
Well, so now Tech's all in on Will Hammond. He's their guy. He's got to heal from his ACL and be ready to go. And that, you know, he might not be ready for the first game or 2, they're saying. but they play those, like, against Abilene Christian, somebody else, I don't know, but,
Yeah.
yeah. So number 2 is gonna get a shot.
Yeah, remember when Texas Tech said, "We'll buy out your first game, UT,
Yeah.
Texas?" Do you remember that? And now they're
Yeah,
like, "No, we don't
yeah.
wanna play you anymore."
No, let's rethink that one
I
too,
would like to
we're
play
not.
Abilene Christian now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, looks like a good first game for us to get our feet wet a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Okay, well, let's see, other news in the NCAA. Since we like uniforms, I figured I'd look up and just see, because I had heard a rumor that they were gonna ban alternate uniforms. Did you hear that?
I saw that too. I don't know if it's real or not,
I
but
don't think it's real. I looked it up, I looked it up and I couldn't find anything that said that alternate uniforms were not gonna be allowed. It's all about, like, color uniformity and making sure that the home team is the home team, the visiting team's the visiting team. They agree on the colors ahead of time, blah, 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 all that. So, Oregon will still get to wear a different uniform every week, and the other teams will get to put their alternates in too, so that's all good.
I was gonna say Nike makes almost everyone's jerseys. They get to say who gets alternate uniforms, not the NCAA.
Well, if the
NCAA can't say anything anymore, apparently.
Yeah.
who is running the NCAA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, but what they are gonna do, what you are gonna see this year, given that teams have to raise money for NIL,
Yeah.
is each team can have 2 4x6 patches on their jerseys during the regular season for sponsorship. So
Yep.
they're gonna have, like, corporate names,
I've already
Mhm.
been selling them.
yeah, on their jerseys, 2 of them, and then if they make the conference championship, they can have 1 more.
Mhm.
So
And the
that's that
coaches
yeah.
can wear them too.
Oh, the coaches
I,
can.
uh, I want a big Eskimo Joe's patch on my Oklahoma State uniforms.
You think they can come up with the millions they'll need to do that?
Right.
Probably not, but it would be so cool.
Yeah. It'll be
That's
interesting to
where
see.
the conferences have a say in how much these are costing, or that is the word on the street, or like what I know as far as like insider knowledge. Because again, I work in the NIL space, and so I have already started, like selling and like been in some of these conversations about the jersey patches, but they look to the conferences. I think because of the conference champion or piece of it, I don't really know, but the conferences are kind of putting out some guidelines on like how much these things should be priced at.
Hmm,
I don't know why
yeah.
exactly, or like if they're going to cap people or not, or what the deal is, but the conferences are having their own internal discussions on like how they want it managed in their
Probably,
conference.
again, another way for the NCAA and college football, they wanna control how much money is coming in. They don't want, like, their money stream to turn into a free-for-all.
Which is
But that's what
exactly what
but
it is.
but that's exactly what the big schools want. They
Yeah.
want it to be a
Mhm.
free-for-all, you know?
Mhm.
I mean, they're like, why would we have limits, you know? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy.
I just wonder what types of companies are gonna buy these for different
Yeah.
schools because yeah, I mean, like, if you're a large company, if you're already established enough to have the money to buy it, what is the advantage of buying it?
Yeah.
For what
I think
team
the same
specifically?
thing. Like, I mean, you look at like the Royals have like a quick trip patch. The basketball, they all have them now. I think the Thunder had like Loves patches. It's
Mhm.
like it's companies that don't really need the advertising, but they just do it because they can. I don't know.
Well, maybe what they're trying yeah, I mean, what they're trying to do is, "Oh, the Loves, they sponsor the Royals? Well, I'm stopping at Loves," then. "See, oh, there's a Loves, I'm
Well, there's
stopping
that
there."
too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, they just want foot traffic, I mean, so, yeah. I wonder if Buc-ee's will get on anybody's?
Well, I
That
mean,
Wouldn't
would
that
be
be
that's what
awesome?
awesome.
like,
Wouldn't that
That'd
be
be great.
you gotta weigh the pros and cons. Whoever's making these decisions, because it's like if you're HEB and get the patch on Texas's uniform, then like everybody that hates Texas in the state of Texas is gonna be like, I'm not shopping at HEB anymore. So like, you gotta be like whoever's in charge of this has got to be a little bit smart about it.
Well, watch, maybe HEB will go out and buy it on all the
Texas
teams in
Tech.
Texas,
Oh,
I mean,
all
hey,
right.
who
Hey,
knows,
that would be a power move. Yeah, that would be pretty
That would
cool.
be. That'd be a
Bucky's
big
has
one.
that money. They could do it. Put a
Yeah.
beaver on every jersey.
No, HEB on every Texas jersey.
HEB could do it too.
I don't know who
Absolutely.
Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
Buc-ee's is more than just the state of Texas, though, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Buc-ee's is a lot smaller revenue-wise, but they're a private company, so, I mean, they could do it. They could do whatever they want, you know? They don't have to answer to an outside board of directors. They do what they want internally, man, so
Something tells me they don't really care that much about college football, but maybe they do.
I don't know. Yeah, who knows? Everybody in Texas cares about football, don't they? Some kind of football.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I need to talk to the head of marketing at Buc-ee's because if they start creating some systems, they could catch a lot of people who are traveling to games. Like, think Baylor, Waco, you would pass Buc-ee's, going to UT, you would pass the Buc-ee's. If they were smart about this, they could build some cool promotions and
They could.
whatnot, and they could, blow up
They're
their
by all the
Maybe
they're by all the interstates, so,
Yeah,
maybe they should
exactly.
just open one in near Oregon State and then just put their logo on the helmet.
That's true. They should
Yeah.
open up a Buc-ee's right by WinStar and get all the people that are going right by WinStar or from North Texas to Oklahoma.
Well, they have those. They have one in Denton and one in Fort Worth right up north.
Yeah, but if you're in DFW, then you go past. I guess you do pass that Denton one like right away, right?
There's two of them right there, yeah.
The Fort Worth one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. And there's
All
another
right.
one right over in Denton.
Okay, so the other NCAA uniform ruling I was really interested in this year is, are they gonna do anything about these guys wearing their pants like shorts? It's the
I hate it. I
it's the
freaking
worst
hate it.
thing. I
It's
can't
so
stand it either.
ugly. It's ugly. I hate it so much.
It's the worst. It's the
I
worst.
hate
And
it.
the interesting thing is like, 40 some years ago when I was playing, you had to cover your knees. Your pants had to cover your knees. It was a
They're
rule.
not even, why are they wearing them like shorts though? They're not called shorts, they're called pants. And it's so ugly. I would like to know from other like women in the comments. It doesn't even have to be women. But like, do you guys look at that and think that looks cool? Because I think it looks so
No,
freaking
I think it's
stupid.
well, are you no, as a
I know
man, I think
you're
it's
old
horrible
school.
too.
I know. Well, you're
Yeah.
old school, so I know that you don't like it. Drew, do you think it's like ugly or are you indifferent?
I think it looks good when they wear them above the knee, but not halfway up their thigh, like some of them.
That Oklahoma kicker last year,
I know. I know.
they looked like Daisy Dukes, and that's
Ew.
what
That was too
Judge Street
much.
said.
Yeah,
It
that
was
was too
way
much.
too much.
I
Well,
was
so anyway,
embarrassed. I was embarrassed when he got on the field.
so the NCAA was supposedly they got some rules coming in. They rejected a rule that said you were going to have to be covered from the top of your shoe to your bottom of your pants. So, if you were going to wear Daisy Dukes, you'd have to have socks that went like up to your mid thighs if you were
Doesn't
going to
make
do
any
that,
sense.
right?
Yeah.
Like that's what the NFL does, right?
But that got rejected. That's the NFL does. You have to have your legs covered. So that got rejected. But but when you look up the rule in the rule book for this year, it says that everybody has to have knee pads.
Yeah.
And the knee pads have to cover the knee. So,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna be on pins and needles waiting to see, are they gonna really enforce that or not? Because where it is today is way out of control compared to, really trying to protect if there's anything to protect anything, it's stupidity. They look dumb. It's the worst look I've ever seen. It's horrible.
I do think it's really ugly. I mean, if you're a kicker, it's not like you need to protect your knees, but I just think it's ugly. So
Yeah, without a doubt. It's a terrible look.
I hate it too.
Yeah.
I've never been into it. I think it's really bad.
Well, so that's good for NCAA news. The other big thing I think that's really going to hit this weekend, given that it is Father's Day coming on, right? You guys remember that, don't you?
We already got your gift picked out, and it should have arrived at the house already. So
Yeah, I've already seen it.
what the hell?
Spoiler alert.
What? Are you kidding me? I've been like
Yes.
keeping this secret for no reason.
There's no reason to keep a secret. I was in on it the whole time.
What?
Yeah, I vetted what the what it was going to be.
Why?
It's all good.
That is so unfair. Why do I text
No,
mom separately then?
that's a good question. But anyway, what comes with the Father's Day weekend is golf, the U.S. Open. U.S. Open happens. So this year it is in Shinnecock Hills, which is in Southampton, New York. And this is like the toughest test in golf for people. So when you watch pro golf tournaments, they're not all the same, right? You guys know that, right? Like they'll go to some of these courses and shoot 16 under, 18 under, 14 under. That does not happen in the Open. You guys realize that, right?
Just because it's a really tough course?
They make it tough. They
Yeah.
make it like super tough. So can you believe Shinnecock Hills? There's been 5 previous U.S. Opens there dating back to 1896. I'm going to ask you, how many golfers do you think have got under par in the competitions?
Is it that hard where it's kind of counted on 2 hands?
I don't know. You guess. You guess. Since
Well
1896. It's been a long, long time. Huh?
well, I was gonna say 12.
Okay. Drew,
15.
guess. There's only been 3.
I went the
3
wrong way.
golfers. 3
Jeez.
golfers since 1896 in the U.S. Opens have shot under par there. Doesn't that blow your mind?
That's
Like with
insane.
all the golf tournaments you watch, and you think about that. In 1986, Raymond Floyd shot 1 under, and he won the tournament. In 1995, Corey Pavin shot even par. He won the
And
tournament.
won.
Yeah. In 2004, 2 guys shot under par. Retief Goosen was 4 under, and Phil Mickelson was 2 under. So Retief won.
I'd be
And
pissed if
then-
I was Mickelson. That's crazy.
And then the last one at Shinnecock, Brooks Koepka won, and he was 1 over par.
Well, it's all
So,
relative. All you
it
need to do
is.
is just beat the other guy.
It
So
really is. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. But think about like the pro mindset. These guys are used to being able to like do whatever they're going to do on a golf course. Oh, I'm going to go out there and, birdie this and birdie that and throw it in there and do all that. That's not happening. This will be a fun, like if you haven't watched golf tournaments before, you got to watch because they're going to struggle and they're going to get pissed and they're going to have to deal with adversity, like no other. I think it'll be really interesting.
yeah,
Starts on
that would
Thursday.
make me nervous because I feel like I don't know if like the professional golfers in a normal tournament how much they do this because they might like have different feelings on it. But in this, in the U.S. Open specifically, they probably the whole time are just like, how did this guy do on this hole? Or like, what's his score at now? Or like, how many shots did it take him to get to the green? And like for me and my athletic experience, that's so bad for my mental, like worrying about what other people are doing, but like you would have to on this course, or
I
in
think-
this scenario.
Yeah, I think a big deal on this one would be you got to try to stay in the fairway. I mean, you're going to probably have to tone your game down and not take chances and be in the fairway because if you get in the rough, you're screwed. They grow it like super high, super thick. When those guys get in that stuff, they're chopping out a lettuce, It's crazy.
What do you think we would shoot on a course that Brooks Koepka shoots 1 over?
Oh,
Over 4 days?
Yeah.
I know what I would shoot.
Well, let's see. A 40 handicap that'd be 160 over.
I think I would get like 300.
It would be.
Yeah.
300.
I can't even imagine. I can't even
think I would get
imagine.
maybe more than 300.
Well, and they're
No.
playing from the tips too, so factor that in. God, if we tried to do that, yeah,
Where are
it'd
the
be,
women's teams?
I don't-
Yeah.
I'd 200, 250 over. I don't know. It'd be bad. And we'd need like a bucket of balls, I'm sure,
Oh, yeah. We need the most balls
Yeah.
possible.
Or we'd have to like try to pay for a spotter. Hey, will you like go out there and look for every ball in the rough that we hit into?
We would
'Cause
definitely be there with the ball retriever, getting our ball out of wherever we could find it.
it'd be some ugly, ugly stuff, Golf is tough. These guys make it look so easy, but it'll be tough on them this weekend. It's a fun tournament to watch just because of that. Drew, you're more of an UFC expert than we are, so let's talk about this UFC event. that was at the White House. When I tuned into it, I saw from the Pereira fight on. So I saw Pereira
You saw
and
the last two.
yeah, the last two
Uh-huh.
fights, which were both, it was surprising to me to see Pereira get his ass kicked because I never thought that would happen. But that other dude was big. And then,
Uh-huh.
and then the Getzky, how do you say his
Gagey.
name? Gaethje.
Gagey.
Okay, so his fight, that was interesting too, because like in the second round, I thought that guy had a chance to kind of finish him, and he didn't get it done. And then after that, Gaethje just destroyed him.
Yeah. So Ilya went into this undefeated, right? He's kind of like in the zone where he was just used to knocking everybody out. He really hadn't had a challenge like that. And Gaethje disfigured his face.
Oh,
Oh
he
my
did.
God.
He did. Yeah.
And then that knee to the body, I think he probably
Ooh.
broke a couple ribs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
When you saw that
so
in slow motion, that was like, ooh, I'm sure that hurts bad.
it
Very
was
bad.
I stayed up for the whole thing even though I had to get up super early because I was so excited that Gaethje won. I love watching Gaethje fight because you have Ilya, who's like this super like technical boxer. He takes the training like incredibly serious, with all the technology and equipment that he does. And he gets beat by a guy who kind of just goes out there and does whatever he feels like and throws his hands around. You'll have to kill him to make him lose, and then he does a backflip after he wins.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was the thing. He got hurt. He got hurt in that second round, but he survived. And then after that, he was just strong, man. He just, yeah, like you say, he was just pummeling his face. Well, then the other one, the Pereira, when he got rocked with that, the other guy got him. What was the guy's name?
Cyril Gahn.
Yeah, he got him with the one punch and like, staggered him. And then he came in and started throwing those elbows. Oh my gosh. That was like,
Which they're
ooh,
saying those are illegal now. There's
really?
some controversy over that. Yeah,
Well, how could you not call that?
you're not allowed to do it to the top or the back of the head with your elbow.
Well, they should have been calling it then because it wasn't like he was hiding it. Jesus, he was,
I thought it was illegal as well. And so did the champion of that division. So I don't know. Maybe they'll go back and change it. I don't know if they can, but
yeah,
Mm.
we'll see.
he was putting a hurt on him though, man. That had to like, man, those things had to rock you.
I think he would have won either way
Yeah,
without the illegal elbows. So it's
yeah,
like I don't know. It could cause some more controversy if they change something.
interesting. So, anything from the earlier fights that I missed that were noteworthy?
Yeah, this was the first UFC card ever where every fight ended in a knockout.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
So you might have to go watch some of the earlier ones. They were
Well,
really good.
I saw the highlights. Sugar Shane like drilled his guy and
Shane?
knocked him out.
Sean.
Right?
Sean?
Sean,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Yeah,
Sean.
Sean O'Malley
Oh,
knocked him out and
oh,
started saluting
Sugar
the
Sean.
crowd.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm gonna edit that out.
Shane? No. Sugar
Leave it in.
Shane.
Shane Sean, yeah, who cares? The guy with pink hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, he drilled his guy. And then well, Bo Nickel got his guy, right?
In the
Yeah,
first round, too.
yeah, yeah.
That was a good win for Bo because I think people were starting to doubt him, too. So now he's shown he's got knockout power.
Man, I
It
don't
was
think
all
I'd doubt any of
delayed
those
because
guys.
of the thunderstorms. Somebody thought that was interesting. I thought that was interesting how they had to delay it because of the thunderstorms.
Well, yeah, shoot, my flight got canceled because of the thunderstorms, but apparently we can have a fight on the White House lawn. It didn't make any sense.
That was quite the ordeal there. Interesting. Sounds like they're not going to do it again. It's a big money spend for UFC to do that.
I think it
Supposedly
was a
what?
special thing for the whole 250
For
Yeah.
Trump's birthday.
anniversary.
Yep.
And that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, a lot of good things to talk about today. It's been fun. You've been listening to Butterball. This is a podcast. 3 family members. We're talking ball. We're having a ball. Make sure you subscribe.
And follow us on Instagram at Butterball Podcast. We post clips and other great things on there. So make sure you follow us on Instagram at Butterball Podcast.
Listen to us on Spotify, search Butterball, or watch us on YouTube at Butterball Podcast.